Well, finally got outdoors this week to breathe some fresh air and touch some grass. I think it was last Friday I went to the laundromat and met the girl that works there. She's very nice and kind. And she asked me to give her a review. So she told me her name and how to spell it. So I did give her a good review. She's a hard worker, for sure. So Wednesday I had to walk up to the UPS store because I got rid of my Spectrum router and got my own router, so I had to send that back. Along the way, I stopped in the laundromat to ask her if she saw her horrible review. And she looked it up while I was there, and she's happy with it. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm looking to make a friend. I'm not looking for a romance because she has a fiance, and I'm no longer looking for that in my life. So we talked a while, and I left to continue on to the UPS store. And I see a guy across the street. There's Desi Ford. He's a former professional boxer. So he ran over to me and talked for a few minutes. Yeah, I'm not going to say nothing bad about Desi. He was a pretty good boxer. Wasn't the best, but he did fight Oscar De La Hoya. It was kind of a practice fight for the Olympics, and De La Hoya won, and he went on to the Olympics. When I watched another fight, Philippe something, I can't remember his last name, but man, Desi knocked him out in the first round. It was pretty awesome. But no, Desi just talks about those days. How he's always in Mexico and Puerto Rico and Florida, just all over the place. Different fights everywhere. I told him I just found out I needed knee replacement surgery, and went in one ear and out the other. But that's Desi, you gotta know him. But Desi Ford, if you ever want to look him up and watch any of his fights, he's old like me now. I think he retired in 2016. But I met him when I was staying at the homeless shelter. Now, he wasn't in the shelter, but he used to come over to get free dinners and lunch every day. So eventually he started telling me a story. But no, he's pretty cool. I really like the guy. He can't get on to current topics, but that's okay. And if I lived a life like that too, I'd probably be talking about it all the time. But anyway, I made it up to UPS store, took care of that business. And on the way back, they're building something. And the Speedway is right beside me, and then right next to it, across the street, they're building something. So I walked up to the construction site just to figure out, I asked what they were building. And I was hoping a restaurant or, something good like that. But no, they're building a marijuana dispensary. So I won't have a lot of riffraff coming into the neighborhood. Yeah, as if there's not already. But yeah, I mean, it serves no purpose for me. I don't smoke the stuff. I don't try to get prescriptions for it. But, and then I go to Speedway to get a big gulp. Yeah, every Tuesday, T-Mobile, that's my carrier. You can get a free big gulp or a free Slurpee. Now their Slurpee flavors are horrible. So I just get a big gulp. I put my phone out so she could scan the QR code. And it wasn't giving it to me for free. I said, well, look, here's the promo. And, oh, you want to use your points? Because it's not taking it off. I said, yeah, I use my points. It used to work before. I don't know what happened to it. And she said there must be a glitch in the system. Maybe. But anyway, this dispensary, very disappointed. I mean, we could use another nice restaurant here. You know, there's a few. Got a couple Italian joints, got Mr. Hill. We got a pizza oven. They make the best pizza as far as I'm concerned. Plus, I only get it once a month, so I don't burn out on it and have to get a different pizza to, switch things up. But, yeah, it felt good to get out, touch the grass, talk to some people, touch some flesh. But last Saturday, an old friend and his wife, we're going back 40 years now, maybe closer to 35 when they were married or something like that. But they live up in Akron. They came down and picked me up and took me to Texas Roadhouse. Yeah, I got one of those tomahawk. Here I go again. Ribeye. Yeah, tomahawk ribeye. And that is the best steak I've had in a long time. Yeah, that's all I eat is ribeye when I get steak, but this one was especially good. And no, not because it was free, but it really was good. The only thing, my friends, they don't eat as much as I do. So they both ordered something kind of small. They're finished well before me. And the waitress came by like 3 or 4 times asking me if I wanted a box while I was still actively eating. And I felt like I was being rushed. So after about 4 times, I flagged her down and said, bring me that box. So whatever was left, it wasn't that much. So I could have finished it sitting there if she wasn't rushing me. But I had it for breakfast Sunday morning, about 10 o'clock. So, yeah, it's been a rather busy week for me. Socially, anyway, and being outside. At least the weather, the heat and humidity backed off a little bit. But still, I went to the laundromat today to do my towels and stuff. By the time I got back, I was sweating my ass off. Take off the hat, glasses, the shirt, put a fan right in front of me. And the air conditioner had been on 70 since before I left, so I just can't handle it sweating. And trying to carry 2 laundry bags. I don't know what they weigh, 25, 30 pounds maybe. Walking on my cane. That is torture. Yeah, the girl at the laundromat, today she said, "I thought you drove here." And I said, "No, I walked here." And she knew exactly what building I'm in. And it's not that far, but your back and your knees are acting up. But you gotta stop and rest several times. And so I decided I'm gonna buy one of those grocery baskets. Like you see the old folks, got 4 wheels, but you can tip it up on 2 and pull it. I'm gonna get one of those to haul my laundry with. Either that or I can go steal a Walmart cart out of Giant Eagle parking lot and stash it on the side of the building. But who knows? I haven't thought that one through yet. I'd prefer to buy one. Yeah, I explained the story. I had shopping carts all over the place here for a while. And finally somebody dispersed them all. I got a feeling it might have been the landlord. But yeah, it's tough to walk. Especially on this, well, both knees. Right knee with arthritis, left knee with the fractured femur. I'm going to the orthopedic surgeon's office on Monday. I'm not going to see him because he's a pompous ass. I'm going to see his nurse practitioner. Get some questions I've been pondering answered. Like, this fracture is going to heal. Is what's going to happen? My knee going to collapse? Those are questions I have. And I'm going to ask her to prescribe a knee brace. It's kind of made for this situation. They're pretty well set. Got their mind set that I need surgery. So I'm going to say, well, give me a knee brace and refer me to pain management. That's what I'm going to try Monday. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I think it's worth a shot. It was this knee pain. Every once in a while, it's happened 3 times now. I don't know if I move it a certain way or what, but I get a jolt of pain and it feels like the knee is ready to collapse, So, like I said before, if it comes down to it where I can't walk no more, okay, I'll get off the nicotine for 6 weeks to have the surgery done. But I'll start walking. My left thigh will start hurting, all the way around. My left hip will start hurting. So I think I need more exercise. Excuse me. More than just walking to Speedway or the laundromat. Because they're not that far away. And Mr. Hero, it's one of my go-tos. It's right across the street. I think it's the best one in Canton, actually. Because it's owned by a Colombian gentleman. Much different than all the other ones. They're all owned by Indians. Nothing against the Indians, but this Colombian guy is very personable and friendly. He starts up conversation with you all the time. And I mean, the food, it's exactly the same every time I get it. There's no variance, so they're they're doing it right. You know, sometimes you go to the same restaurant 2 or 3 times, you get the same thing. Sometimes, at least one time, it ain't gonna taste right. But this place, they nail it every time. So does Pizza Oven. I just learned that I can ask them to make the crust crisper, so I get it that way now. And it's a Burrata Italian restaurant, catty cornered across the street from me. I heard their lasagna was good, so I tried it one time. It was good. There wasn't nothing to write home about, but I enjoyed it. One of these days I'm gonna work my way up to getting a pizza over there and see how it is. Because they were at an event earlier this summer that I went to, but I opted for the barbecue. And I was going to go to their food truck and offer to pay, you know, but the line was just so long, I was ready to go home. I wasn't going to stay on the line like that. But yeah, it's a good restaurant. They're always busy. I always see their food truck going out, you know, catering and different kind of events they probably cover. I'm not sure where all they go. I'm going to try to go to the fair this year, right around Labor Day. So I'll see if they set up at the fair and all. So, you know, if you'd like to support the channel, I ask you please subscribe and like the videos. Share them if you think it's appropriate. As you know, I'm running a fundraiser and buy me a coffee. Those links will be in the first pinned comment. You know, I'd much rather have people subscribing to my channel and grow the channel. Because I'm more interesting to things to talk about. I'm not going to just talk about myself all the time. Yeah, you may get a lot of trucking stories. I haven't really got into that yet. Just some of my bloopers and some general information I'll give you about that. I had a pretty good sales story too. But I'll save all that for future videos. So please subscribe and like. And Godspeed. I'll see you the next time out.